What commonly told fact is incorrect? If you ask a cop if he is a cop, he has to tell the truth. No, he asterisk 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 doesn't. That would make undercover work completely useless. Einstein failed math/grade school. He was taking and teaching higher level math before most kids were learning long division. Men always think about sex every 4 to 6 seconds. You eat 8 or something spiders in your lifetime. Totally false. In fact, the person who made this fact up did so just to prove that people will believe stupid stuff. Edit, this may actually be false, as there's no proof if this either. Lightning never strikes at the same place twice. It does. It happens all the time at Empire State Building. Shaving makes hair grow faster. That if you pretend to shake a salt shaker on your tongue you can taste it. That Finland actually exists. That people in the Middle Ages thought the world was flat. That the Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space. If you're close enough to see the Great Wall, you're close enough to see large roads, and at a distance that people usually don't with space. At a few thousand miles you can't see asterisk asterisk asterisk. Saying that the term Christmas is taking Christ out of Christmas. Back before the days of the printing press, the alphabet wasn't quite as standardized as it is today, because it was easy for people to learn to handwrite a new symbol, as opposed to the difficulty of manufacturing an all-new printing tile. Usually these were just amalgamations of already common letters. One such letter was called the Chi-Rho, appears poorly in Unicode, but you've likely seen it in Catholic churches. The Chi-Rho was a superimposition of the first 2 letters of the Greek word for Christ, S, over one another. Legend has it the symbol was revealed to Constantine, and that upon putting it on the shields of his armies, they were victorious in all their battles. But I digress. So, for the ancient church, the one character symbol for Jesus Christ. Once it became common to celebrate Jesus' birth every year, in part to push out the pagan holiday Saturnalia, that celebration was structured as a mass specifically dedicated to celebrating Christ's birth, the Christ's Mass, or Mass using the common symbol. Over time, the last S and the space were dropped, and it came to be known as simply Mass. It was also common for Christians to be referred to as Chians or Ians, and the movement as a whole as Chianity. Upon the advent of the printing press, although whether the printing press actually played this role is debatable, however, it became necessary to standardize the alphabet more, and thus, the Chi-Rho symbol was dropped. Rather than starting to refer to Christ as XP, the custom instead became to refer to Christ simply by the letter Chi, or X, although at this point, language had transitioned to Latin, and that letter was recognized as X, rather than Chi. Still, the tradition of X being the first letter in Christ remained. It thus carried through, that the name for the celebration of Jesus' birth came to be known as Christmas. It wasn't until several years after that development, that the entire word started to be spelled phonetically. In a way, one could argue, that the more reverent way of phrasing the holiday is actually Christmas, given its roots in the belief that Jesus Christ is sacred enough to deserve reference by one character alone. Note, it is partially speculation that the printing press led to the transition from to XX had been in use since the early days of the church as well, and Christianity was another early name for the movement. The Chi-Rho was in more common usage than simply X, however, until the beginning of the Renaissance, leading to the speculation that Chi on its own replaced the Chi-Rho because of its easier use in print. Our blood is blue inside of our bodies and turns red after being exposed to oxygen. You will get arthritis from cracking your knuckles. That you need to perform a cleanse to rid your body of toxins. Apparently the sugar high is a myth. I've been told it for so long, I'm having trouble accepting that fact, though. I'll do mine. Thomas Crapper did not invent the flushing toilet. He invented the ballcock, a key component of the more modern flushing toilet. Never tell the kids, but there is no product in pools that will change the color of the water when you pee. You need to break ribs during CPR. No. You don't. It's a hazard, a definite risk, but it is by no means a requirement. I've heard people say, if you don't hear a rib crack, you're not pressing deep enough. That's so wrong it hurts. Eventually you're gonna run out of cracking ribs. And it's not even breaking ribs, it's just them separating from the sternum. And if you detach them all you have a floating sternum and that's 3 bitches and a half to take care of. Don't put someone through that, because you're not confident in your ability to do correct CPR. Don't use ribs popping as your signal for correct depth. Source, CPR/lifeguard instructor. This is now my highest rated comment. Not bad, not bad at all. Edit34 I guess, thanks for the gold stranger. I've been bedridden sick for the past 3 days, it's just made it a bit better. Edit, okay, I get a lot of responses saying no, but it does happen, you're wrong. I never said stop if it happens. With the first sentence. You definitely can break them, but if you're pushing a 15-year-old's chest in until all his ribs are popped, you might be pushing too hard. If it's an older person, it's way more likely to happen. The cartilage gets weaker with time. Asterisk do your CPR. If ribs break, don't stop. If ribs don't break, don't stop. Go 2 inches down. That's all you need. Asterisk TL. Doctor, it happens, a lot of the time, but that doesn't mean it happens every time. The different parts of your tongue taste different flavors. Luke, I'm your father. He says no instead of Luke. BuzzFeed looking for source material again. People had significantly shorter lives in the Middle Ages / the average person only lived to be 25 to 30. This statistic is correct, also accounts for all the babies who died during childbirth and their first few years. Those who lived past 20 could easily live into their 50s. Of course, life expectancy was shorter, not by as much as it is often said. Having sex with the girl on top won't get her pregnant. Because, you know, gravity. Scotland is the only country that voted against independence. Nope. That you are never more than 10 feet away from a spider. Total asterisk. There's not asterisk THAT asterisk many spiders around us, right guys? Dogs can't look up. Going outside with wet hair makes you sick. It doesn't. It's unsafe to swim up to an hour after eating. It's perfectly fine. Edit, here's a source about the swimming. Edit 2, for you unbelievers, here are some more sources. Vaccines cause autism. Antibiotics will help your cold. Q-tips are not meant to use for your ears. Granddaddy longlegs are the most venomous spiders in the world, but their fangs are just too short to pierce human skin. Edit, venomous, not poisonous. The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire caused fire codes to be created. We had fire codes centuries before that, and the owners were prosecuted for violating them. It only lead to an organization that tries to standardize the codes nationwide. The pyramids were built by slaves. False. They were paid workers. I think I've started a riot with my questionable fact. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Old steel cars are much safer than the new cars. Old cars were death machines and new cars are better designed to transfer the energy of a crash, and it saves lives. But good luck telling your grandpa that there's a shampoo or conditioner that can cause hair to grow faster, repair split ends, make hair curly or straight, make dry brittle hair moist and healthy. Not washing your hair with shampoo is actually the best thing you can do for your hair. You can't repair split ends, only way to get rid of those is to cut them off. And the only way to change hair growth rate is by diet. Also, anything that tells you to get rid of free radicals and toxins is asterisk. That I'm good for you eyesight.